I'm going to show you how to turn a few photos and a voice recording into a professional slideshow video like this, with smooth transitions between images, a slow cinematic effect on each photo, and captions that are burned into the video and are automatically synced to your voice. No video editor, no editing skills needed, just a few photos, your voice, and one script that I'll give you. After getting your photos and voice recording in place, it just takes a minute to run and generate your video. The benefit of doing it this way instead of using a video editing tool like CapCut or Canva is that you can fully automate the process and make it repeatable so you can use it to create viral social media videos, educational material, and more. If you've watched my other videos, you've heard me talk about FFmpeg. FFmpeg is a free open source tool for video editing. Most of the video apps you've probably used are actually built on top of it. You can use it to combine videos, add text layers and overlays, crop, resize, add music, watermarks, and more. Pretty much anything you can do with a video editing tool. It runs on the command line, so while it's easy to get up and running on your laptop, setting it up for a team or accessing it from other cloud-based automation or workflow tools like Make or N8N is a pain because it requires setting up custom servers and hosting. That's why I built FFmpeg Micro. It's a video processing API service, so you don't have to set up or host anything. You send it your files, tell it what you want it to do, and it sends back the finished video. For the captions, we're also using Whisper. Whisper is an AI model from OpenAI that listens to audio and generates subtitles with the exact timestamps for every line. FFmpeg Micro handles that too. One API call and you get your captions back. So the whole thing runs on the cloud. All you need on your end is a free API key and a little bit of code that I'll give you. Before we dive in, you'll want to sign up for an account on FFmpeg-micro.com and create an API key. You can create a free account, no credit card is required, and after signing up, go to Dashboard and then go to API keys. Then create an API key. Give it a name like animated slideshow example, then select read and write permissions. After creating it, you'll need to copy and store it somewhere because you won't be able to see it again after this screen goes away. So how does it work? We're going to do 5 things. 1, upload our photos. 2, upload our audio recording. 3, ask Whisper to generate captions from the audio. 4, combine everything into one video, photos with that slow cinematic motion, fades between them, and captions on top. And then 5, download the finished video. That's the whole pipeline. The script does all 5 steps for us automatically. Let's walk through each one. First, let's grab the script and some sample files so you can follow along. Go to ffmpeg-micro.com/training and you'll find a link for this training video. The link is also in the description below. Then download the zip file. Inside you'll find 3 things. A script called zoom and captions.sh. That's the main script we're going to walk through. Another script called fetch demo assets. This downloads some sample photos and a narration recording so you can run the demo right now without needing to provide your own. And a script called direct FFmpeg reference. This one runs the same process locally on your machine using the FFmpeg command line tool if you want to peek under the hood and see how it works. You don't need it to follow along though. So open your terminal, then you're going to set your API key as an environment variable. If you don't know what that is, don't worry, just basically type this command in. Then run the fetch demo asset scripts to pull the sample files like this. Now we're ready. The first thing the script does is uploads your images. Think of it like attaching files to an email, except instead of an email server, we're sending them to cloud storage where FFmpeg Micro can access them. For each image, the script does 3 quick things. It asks the API for a place to do the upload, it sends the image there, and then it confirms the upload went through. If you pass 3 photos, it does this 3 times. That's it. Your photos are now in the cloud, ready to be used for the next step. Step 2 is the same thing, but for the audio file. Upload it in the same exact way. One nice detail here, when the upload is confirmed, the API tells us how long the audio is. The script uses this to figure out how much screen time each photo gets. If your narration is 30 seconds and you have 3 photos, each one gets about 10 seconds of screen time with 1 second fade between them. The script does all the math for you. Now we get to the captions. The script sends one request to the API with the audio file we just uploaded. Behind the scenes, Whisper listens to the audio and creates a subtitle file. It's called an SRT file. That's a text file with every sentence seconds and the exact timestamp for when each line starts and ends. For a 30-second clip, this processing takes about 15 seconds. The script waits automatically. When it's done, we get back a download link for the subtitle file. We don't even need to save it to our computer. We're going to pass that link directly into the next step. The next step is to render the slideshow. This is the big one. This is where everything comes together in a single request. The script sends all the photos, the audio, and the subtitle link to the API and says, combine all of these into one video. Here's what happens. For each photo, it creates a slow cinematic push like you see in the documentaries. The camera slowly moves into a single image to make it feel alive. It's called the Ken Burns effect, after the famous documentarian Ken Burns. The script alternates the direction on each photo. First, one pushes in, second one pulls back, the third one pushes in again. It adds variety to the slideshow so it doesn't feel static. Between each photo, there's a smooth 1-second crossfade. One image dissolves into the next while the audio keeps playing through. No hard cuts. And on top of all of that, the captions from the previous step get burned right into the video, synced to the audio. One request, everything happens on the server. For a typical 30-second clip, this finishes in about 10 to 20 seconds. And then the final step is where the script waits for the render to finish and then downloads the video to your computer. You can also go to the FFmpeg Micro dashboard and download it there. Open it up, you'll see your photos fading between each other, each one with that slow cinematic motion, your voice playing over it, and the captions synced along at the bottom. 1280 by 720, ready to upload to YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, wherever. The whole process from start to finish takes about 60 seconds. Most of that is processing time on the server. Your computer barely does anything. Let me show you the actual command to run it. We call zoomincaptions.sh. We pass in the name of the first image, we pass in the audio file, the output file name, and then any additional images that we want to tack on in the effect. And if you want to use your own photos, you'll do it the same way. You call zoomincaptions.sh. You pass in the first image, a.jpg, for example, your narration file, your audio file, .mp3, your video file output name, so whatever you want to call your output file name, it's going to be an MP4 file, and then any additional images that you want to include. The first image and audio are required. Everything after the output file name is an additional photo for the slideshow. You can pass in 2, 4, 5, however many you want. The script is short and readable. Here are some things you can change. Fade duration. By default, there's a 1-second crossfade between photos. If you want a longer dissolve, set X fade duration environment variable to 2 or 3. How far the camera pushes, there's a 1.3x max in the script. Raise it for a more dramatic motion and then lower it for something more subtle. Your caption position by default is at the bottom center, but you can move it to the top or the corners by changing one number. Vertical video, swap the resolution from 1280 by 720 to 720 by 1280, and you've got vertical video for YouTube Shorts, Instagram Reels, or TikTok. And then font size, the default is 22. If your viewers are mostly on mobile, bump it up so your captions are easier to read. Let's talk about cost. You can run this for free. Each slideshow is one processing job. The cost is based on the length of the video, not how many photos you use. So a 30-second slideshow with 5 images costs the same as one with a single image. The free plan gives you 100 minutes per month. That's roughly 100 clips at 60 seconds or under. No credit card required on FFmpeg Micro. If you need more, the starter plan is $19 a month for 2,000 minutes. For most people, the free tier is way more than enough to try it out and build your own workflows. That's it. A few photos, a voice recording, and one script. 60 seconds later, you've got a slideshow video with cinematic motion, smooth fades, and auto-generated captions. Grab the script from the training page, links in the description below. Run the demo with the sample files first, then swap in your own photos and give it a shot. If you want to learn how to plug this into bigger automations with tools like N8N, there's other videos in the training page on FFmpeg Micro, or you can join us in the App Builders Academy on School. We've got a growing community of builders shipping real products with AI and automation. The link is also in the description below. If this was helpful, please like and subscribe. It helps me know what kind of content to make more of. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.